Hey everybody, are you sick and tired of the stock images that we all see online on people's blogs and websites? Of course, we're all sick of it. Well, I have three awesome AI tools that I want to share with you that I personally use to create awesome looking images to put inside of my content. So let's go. So Midjourney, in my opinion, is one of the best AI image creation tools out there. Now, it's not necessarily the best tool if you're wanting to put like text in an image. I think there's a different tool that works better for that. But let's get into Midjourney, how it works, and how to set it up. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need a Discord account so you can sign up for Discord. Once you have Discord, you're going to open up your Discord, log in. It's going to bring you to a screen like this, and you're going to want to create a new server in Discord. So you're just going to click Add Server, and you're going to create your own. And I would just do it for yourself. And you can call this AI image server or whatever you like. And we're going to click Create. So once the server is here, it's going to give you an option to add your first app. So the way that Discord works is Midjourney connects to Discord as an app, and then you can prompt Midjourney through Discord. It's a little weird. I don't know why Midjourney just doesn't have their own thing. I think you can actually use their own thing on their website, but Discord is kind of the main way that people use Midjourney, and that's how I use Midjourney as well. So you're going to click add your first app, and you're going to click check it out, and we're going to search for Midjourney. And the Midjourney bot is what we are looking for. So you're going to click Midjourney bot, and you're going to add the app to the server and make sure that you got it on the right server that you created, and you're going to hit continue and authorize all of the check marks and tell it that you're human. Isn't that ironic? And we're going to go to our AI image server. So now we are inside of our server. We've added Midjourney, but you're not done yet. You actually have to have a Midjourney subscription. So the way that you would do this is you would put your backslash, and you would say Midjourney is already giving you some prompts here. You would actually need to do subscribe and then hit enter. And Midjourney is going to give you a personal link that you can click on, and you'll click that link, and then it will take you to some pricing information. So just to give you a quick view of what their pricing is, their cheapest plan per month is $10, and then they go all the way up to $120. But at $10 a month gives you 3.3 hours of processing time. So anytime you make an image, that eats into your image processing time. So for most people, I would recommend starting with the $10 a month plan. The awesome thing is you can always upgrade at any time while you're using this tool if you find that you need to just be creating more and more images than what the basic plan will allow. So back inside of Midjourney, here is how you would prompt for a image. So let's just imagine, for example, that I run a plumbing website. I'm looking for some content on my website about plumbing. And so I'm just going to need to think for a minute, okay, what's something kind of cool that I could put into a plumbing website? Well, stock images like a iStock photo or a deposit photos would have probably an image of a plumber working on a sink or a van in front of the house. So let's see if we can create an image that's somewhere along the lines of that. So the way that you're going to do this is put a backslash in, and you're going to say imagine and then space on the space bar. And then this is where you prompt Midjourney to come up with an idea. So I'm going to say a plumber standing in front of a leaking faucet. Now, with this, there's a lot of other parameters. You're going to probably want to delve into Midjourney. It can do all sorts of art styles. You could say make it an impressionist style or an oil painting or a watercolor, and it can do that. Or you can say, hey, I want it to be photorealistic or a vector or whatever, right? Like the possibilities are literally endless. So you can really play around with this. But I'm looking for, say, a photorealistic sort of image on my content here. So I'm going to say photorealistic, and I'm going to hit enter. And what Midjourney is going to do now is take my prompt, and it's going to actually create versions of the image that it's come up with. I can choose one if I like, or I can tell it to re-roll and try again. So we're going to just wait a minute for this to prompt and come back. Okay, so Midjourney has come back with 4 different versions of the image, and it goes from left to right, top, bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I wanted to take a version that I like and have it re-roll on that version, you can pick that. But if I click this, we can get a bigger idea of kind of what these images look like. So this one's kind of weird. His face looks a little strange. This one's not bad. The sink is leaking. The faucet's a little weird. It's got 2 on here. This one looks pretty good. This old man is a plumber. That one looks really cool as well. You can click on these to zoom in a little bit and take a look. Now, let's say I like this third one, but I'm not quite, I don't necessarily want to use this particular image. What I can do is I can click version 3 in Midjourney. And what that's going to say to Midjourney is, hey, I like that image, so take that style of image and try again. So I'm going to go ahead and click submit. We're just going to wait a moment and wait for this to come back. Okay, so it just created 4 new images for me. So we'll open these up and take a look and see if there's any that we like. Okay, some of these are looking really good. I literally kind of like this one, so 1 or 2. So let's say I like number 1. What I would do if I want that image is I would upscale. So again, it's creating sort of low resolution versions of these. When I click upscale, it's going to put a lot more GPU power to this image and give me a higher resolution photo. So I'm going to click upscale 1, and it's going to pop this image back. And I can take a look at it. If I click on it and I click open in browser, you can see I have a little bit more resolution here. I can make it even higher resolution, and I would recommend doing this to be able to have the highest resolution possible. If you're going to print this or something. Now, the way that it popped out just now would work fine for a web application, meaning if I put it in a WordPress post or something like that. But I'm just going to show this to you in case you wanted to print this and put it on your wall. But you would click upscale subtle, and what that's going to do is really make this high resolution. So this does take a little bit of time, so I'm just going to speed this up so that you can see the finished version. Okay, so it finished upscaling this image. So now if I click on it and I open it in browser, you can see that I have a much higher resolution of this image that I can use. And again, this is photorealistic. It's not an actual photo. I could say, hey, create an actual looking photo of a plumber, and it would actually look completely 100% real. This one's a little bit more artistic, which is fine. I can use this as an image inside of my post. But if I want to save this image, you literally just right click on the image, save image as, and then you can save it anywhere on your desktop or computer, and then you have that image to put into a piece of content. So again, Midjourney, absolutely incredible. Now I can also do images with text. They just added this in the latest version, and depending on when you watch this video, you may be several versions ahead. But I do think it does decently well, but I do think Dall-E, which is made by OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, I think they do a little bit better job with text. But I'll show you a prompt in Midjourney using text to show you what I want it to say. So for example, we would say imagine, and we'll say a photo of a plumber in front of a leaking faucet with the words plumber in the image. And we will go ahead and hit enter. Okay, so it just came back with the images. Now, this is important to understand. On this one, we said photorealistic, so it's a little bit more artistic. But in these, I said photo, and these people look pretty darn good. And you can see that it added plumber in the image. So it's going to just take its own liberties on how it would do this. And it actually did pretty well, not misspelling the word. Sometimes it will misspell the word or add weird artifacts into the word. It's getting better. But this is a way that you could add a phrase or something in there into the image if you didn't want to do it yourself in like Canva or Photoshop or something like that. But anyways, that gives you a basic idea of how Midjourney works, how you would create images for your content to be able to put into your blog posts or your web pages. So the next tool I want to move into is Dall-E. So before I move into the next tool, I just want to put in a quick plug for our do-it-for-you SEO content strategy services. Here at BKA Content, we know what it takes to be able to help you to rank higher on Google to get more traffic, leads, and sales. And the best way to do that is through your content. We take all the heavy lifting off of your plate because we come up with the SEO strategy that's going to work best for your website, and then we create content monthly to be able to help you to rank for more keywords and increase your traffic. So head on over to bkacontent.com and sign up for a free SEO content audit where we'll take a look at the content on your website and tell you what's working and what isn't. And again, this audit is completely free. So what do you have to lose? If you're ready to take your website to the next level, head on over to bkacontent.com and see what we can do for you. So the next tool I want to show you is Dall-E, which is inside of ChatGPT, and you do need a ChatGPT Pro subscription to have Dall-E. So if you've signed up for a Pro subscription, you'll see the Dall-E option at the top, and you're just going to click New Chat here to start prompting with Dall-E. So we're going to do the same sort of thing here. We're going to say a photorealistic image of a plumber standing in front of a leaking faucet, and we'll hit enter. So it's a little bit different than Midjourney. You'll see that Dall-E will tell you here that it's creating an image, and it's going to create 2 images instead of 4 like Midjourney, but you still have the ability to re-roll, tell it that you want it to be changed, and you'll see that here in just a moment. Okay, so here are the images that it came up with, which are fantastic, right? Like he's actually holding a wrench in his hand. It's a little bit weird though, because there's some, drips coming off of the wrench, so that's a little bit strange. This image, he's got the wrench here. The sink is kind of spilling over with the water, so it's pretty good. There are some weird artifacts here with the letters on his shirt. But again, for a stock photo, most people aren't going to notice that, and either one of these would work pretty well. Now inside of Dall-E, if I wanted to re-roll these, I can just regenerate and it will try again. But the nice thing is it has a history, so I can go back to the other 2 images that it made if I liked one of those and I decided to go with one of those. Okay, so here's the 2 new ones that it made. Now it's also asking me if I think that these are better, worse, about the same, and I can even re-roll it again. Now the styles are what's really kind of cool with these tools that make AI images. So like I said before, I do think Dall-E is a little bit better at using text in the images. So I'm going to do another prompt here asking it to put text in the image just so I can show you what I mean. So let's say a photo of a plumber standing in front of a leaking faucet with the word plumber in the image. We'll go ahead and hit enter and we'll see what it can create. Okay, so Dall-E made me 2 images, and this time it decided to put plumber, the word that I asked it to put in, on the actual badge of the person, which I actually kind of like. I mean, it makes it very clear who they are now. See, you can see sometimes these AI models mess up on the words, like it's plumber in this one. But if we look at the other one, it did it correctly. It's plumber on this one. So this would be a great image that I could use inside of my post, right? Now this has a different artistic style, but I literally could make it, tell it to do it in a vector style, illustration style, anime, whatever I want it to do, it can do it, and it does it fairly well. So again, Dall-E is another option. You do need to pay for the Pro subscription, which I think is about $20 a month. As of right now, you'll need to check on that. But this is a great way to do images. The one thing about Dall-E, though, is that you do have, I think, infinite number of prompts, but they limit you as to how many prompts you can do in the space of like 1 to 3 hours. So if you're prompting a lot at the beginning, it's going to throttle you and say, hey, you can't make any more prompts for another 10, 15 minutes or even an hour, depending on how much you are prompting. So Dall-E's good for, if you're prompting it just a couple of times. If you already have ChatGPT and you're using a Pro subscription, this is fantastic because now you already have an AI tool to make images. But if you're considering Dall-E, you're paying for Dall-E, I would just make sure that you understand that there is some throttling, and you can look up the rules on how that throttling works. So the next tool I'm going to go over is a tool that Elegant Themes has created, which is the owners of Divi, which is one of the most popular WordPress themes on the web. They have actually integrated AI into a lot of their web builders. So what's really cool about that is while you are building pages or building posts, you can actually use Divi's AI to write text, come up with layouts, and actually create images right there in the WordPress builder. So it's about $16 a month if you pay for the annual version of it. But again, if you use Divi, or if you are thinking of using Divi, I think this add-on is worth it because it just makes it easier for the people who are inside of your website creating posts to just create the image right there in the post while they're building it. So let me show you how this works. We're going to slide into WordPress, and I'm going to show you this. So I'm inside of the bkacontent.com website. I've created just a dummy blog post here to show you how this works. But when you've paid for Divi AI, it will automatically update your Divi because it has an API key. But when you add a module, all you're going to do is add an image module. And when the image module comes up, you're going to see this option on the right-hand side that says AI. So if you click AI, you can click generate with AI, or you can say generate automatically. Generate automatically is kind of cool if you had a lot of text content already in the post. It would read that text content and it would try and create an image that it feels is relevant to that text. So that might be something that you could try. But if you want to have a little bit more control, you can actually click generate with AI. So I'm going to click generate with AI. And this is just kind of similar to the way that Midjourney, and really more similar to Dall-E, where I can just ask it to do something. So right here, I'm going to say a plumber standing in front of a leaking faucet. And I can pick here in the Divi options if I want it to be square, landscape, portrait. And then Divi also has some pre-made styles. So I can't tell it to do it in the style of anime or in the style of a vector graphic like you can in Dall-E or Midjourney. But here in Divi, it has kind of some pre-selected different options that I could pick. So I could say a vector graphic. I'll go ahead and pick vector graphic. And I'm going to keep it a square size. And I'm going to click generate. Now, Divi is going to do kind of what Midjourney does and create 4 different versions of the image, and then I can pick which one I want. Okay, so these are the images that Divi created. So you can see that they're definitely in, vector type style here. I think I like image number 1. So if I want to use this image, I can say use this image, or I can say generate 4 more. So I'll just go ahead and click use this image. And what it will do is automatically put it inside of my image module. So that's incredibly powerful because I just used AI inside of WordPress in my blog editor to create an image right then and there. I didn't have to go to iStock Photo, and I didn't have to go to Deposit Photo to find an image and scrub through their thousands of images to try and find one that works for me. I was able to just do it right here in the blog editor. So this can save a lot of time, especially if you're creating a lot of content. Not to mention it can save you a lot of money, especially where a photo on iStock Photo can range anywhere between $1, $20, $30, $50, for one image. So this is one particular way that you could save a lot of money. So I hope this video has been helpful to show you how AI tools can be used to create images to add to your content. So if you like this video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you'll be notified when we put out more awesome content about SEO and SEO content. And that's all I have for you guys today, and we'll see you in the next video.